Hi guys, I'm so happy to be back with you today. I am in our new bedroom. It is so beautiful. I hope you got a glimpse of it. Maybe on another video we'll make a kind of tour and see each room, see bathroom and our kids' room and everything like that. I have so much to talk to you guys about today. Today I am wearing two things. It's this Hula Girl fragrance by Dessert Tropical Treats, and this stuff comes from Jessica. Oh, I don't even remember her name. Jessica Simpson, of course, Jessica Simpson. So this one is just a cream. It smells like the word, it says Dessert Tropical Treats, and that's exactly what it smells like. Maybe like vanilla and cream, and oh, it's a sweet, but it's not like too sweet. And this is so cute. It's the fragrance, and it just opens up like this, and then you have your Hula Girl inside, and then on the bottom it says an exotic blend of coconut, banana, and mango. So there you go. That's exactly what it smells like, and I just it really does smell like I'm in the Caribbean or Hawaii, definitely. So this is really nice. I don't know if they still have this going on because I bought this a long time ago, but I just don't use these things, and now I'm just starting to use them, and now I feel like I want to use them, you know. So anyway, that's about that. What I want to talk today about is more topics about hormones and the meds that I got. I'm going to show you them. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about my whole experience at the doctor's office, what he gave, like the advice he gave me, the kind of diet he put me on that was supposed to not only just help my hormones, but help my body kind of build itself up so that it can start producing hormones. Exactly. Well, that's what he told me. Prescriptions that I got, the amount it cost, and then I'm going to talk about estrogen, because right now I'm on estrogen cream, and I have a few symptoms that I want to talk about, and it's good that I have it separately because that way I can understand what the estrogen is doing for me, because I haven't started on the progesterone. Progesterone I start on the 14th. So what the doctor told me, the bioavailable hormone replacement therapy doctor. I was just running upstairs and I'm like all out of breath, but he told me a few things. So I'm going to just explain breakfast, lunch, and dinners, what he said, kind of food I can have. Okay, so for breakfast, he prescribed that I would have a smoothie, and specifically so that I will be able to take this protein shake. This protein shake has 120 calories, and this protein shake is a complete meal replacement. So this is just showing all the vitamins and the minerals. There's actually iodide in here. 13 grams of protein and 3 grams of fat. Carbs 11, sugar 7, fiber 3. So this protein shake, it's very tasty. I think there's a chocolate kind, but I chose the vanilla. And what he suggested is to put a scoop in this with my morning smoothie for breakfast. And with the smoothie, I would add a banana, and then I would add 1 or 2 stalks of celery, because celery is high in fiber, and I needed the fiber for my digestion, obviously. The website is organogold.com/OGX, and on there you can get this, and you can also get something else which is on the same website from the same company, and this is Organo Gold Gourmet Cafe Mocha and Organo Gold Gourmet Cafe Latte, and then there's just a black coffee version. He gave this to me because I was drinking coffee. I still drink coffee, but specifically this is kind of a healing coffee alternative because it has 100% certified Ganoderma lucidum, and that is just some kind of very expensive special mushroom that helps with immunity, that helps when I drank this I felt not as jittery, I guess, and I guess it's kind of calming and soothing, but yet it's stimulating as coffee is. So I did like this, but after my 30 packets of this for like 20 bucks, it ran out. This did work, and in the future I would probably, you know, buy this again. And this one, I haven't finished, even though I was supposed to be taking a scoop in every day. I haven't finished because it just made me so hungry. And I guess that's a good and bad thing. It's good that it makes you hungry because it stimulates your digestive system to make digestive acids, and it just wakes your digestion up. And for someone I was on the raw food diet, I was eating raw food, so I was really like lowering my appetite so that because I don't want to eat a lot. But this really like boosted my appetite, so I didn't really want to take this anymore. But it is a really good meal replacement. I found when I did take this that I would not eat for a long time, like late evening, then I would get hungry again. But I'll still use this from time to time, just not every day, because I don't want to be so hungry every day. I mean, for a person that has been on a raw food diet, and I was actually I'm not saying raw food diet is this, but I was depleted in a lot of vitamins and minerals, right? So this is like a whole list of vitamins, minerals. It is a meal replacement, so it really like gave me lots of nutrition at once, and it's good. It's good to give you that lot of nutrition, and I know this is really good for weight loss and for people who eat too much, because then it satisfies you and you don't eat as much. You know, you can hold off your hunger for a while longer. That was breakfast. And this was like when you wake up, And then for lunch, he suggested very simple vegetable soup. And with this diet, you want to be going into an alkaline diet. You don't want to be eating a lot of sweets because that really slows down your hormone production and your digestion and just your mood and everything like that. It makes you depressed. You want to include more greens if you can, like bok choy, which is like Chinese cabbage, and broccoli. Broccoli, at first I didn't really want to take broccoli. Like I took his advice, and I took his advice and I started eating some broccoli. I don't really like broccoli because on the raw food diet it gives you gas, but when you cook it, it actually doesn't. And I found that it was very satisfying, and I found it actually made me feel more balanced, and it's very good for your natural probiotics, as well as cabbage. If you're going to be adding cabbage to your vegetable soups, it's good because you want to rebuild that probiotic good bacteria in your stomach, because your bacteria in your stomach affect your whole body, from your brain to your hormones to everything. So you want to rebuild that good bacteria. Including into the soup, he suggested putting split peas because they're easily digestible and they have a lot of plant protein and fiber in them. So I was doing that too, and I found it was satisfying as well. And then for supper, he suggested a simple vegetable stir fry with at least 1 cup of broccoli. And in the stir fry, I would just put anything I had. Like, I would always use coconut oil because it's the best oil to use for cooking. And I would add anything I had, really, like bell peppers. I'd add the broccoli, I'd add the cabbage, I'd add cauliflower, just any vegetables you have, but try not to add like carrots because they're so sweet, right? Try not to add like sweet things. I would also add tomatoes. For supper, I would also make a kind of like thick stew with tomatoes and bell peppers, onions, hearty things like that, garlic, so it's warming because I'm very cold all the time, so I want things that are going to warm me up. At least try to warm me up. When you are like so hungry, you just want to like ravage the kitchen and eat just junk food and a whole bunch of like refined carbs and just bad things that are not going to be helping you at all. For that, my kind of meat replacement, the best thing, was red kidney beans. Just like this. And I found these are so filling and just so, like, they're full of fiber. First of all, that is going to fill you and it's going to help with your digestion, and then they're just so filling. And I would make a stew with this instead of like the stir fryer. Yes, I didn't really like this diet because I was coming from a raw food diet, and in a raw food diet I wasn't eating the best raw food variety, so I had a lot of hunger built up in me, and I had a lot of like depleted vitamins and stuff built up in me because we didn't really have that much of a variety of raw foods to fulfill all the nutritional needs. So I totally like forgot where I was heading with this. Oh man, oh Lucia, I'm so bad. Okay, I still am eating this kind of diet. Stews, stir fries, smoothies not so much, just here and there, because I find I'm not even hungry the whole day. Like, I'll have my coffee and then I'll have my Iodoral for iodine. I'll have that, or for thyroid, I'll have this, like 2 or 3 of these, and then I am not hungry till the end of the day. Like, I mean 8, 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'll be hungry earlier if I didn't eat enough the day before, but I find that my body is tapping into its own fat reserves and just using that, and I don't feel hungry at all. I feel full of energy. I don't feel tired, you know, anything like that. So that's why I don't really have the smoothies in the morning. I usually have just like the supper kind of meals towards the end of the day, you know, the stews, stir fries, mostly just soups. Another thing that I discovered myself for the evenings, vegetable soups. Again, I'll just add bok choy. I try to make it a little bit Chinesey or like Japanesey, I guess. And what I add is this vermicelli. I found this at the international aisle of the supermarket, or you can find them at a Chinese market or anything like that. But these are great because it's like spaghetti, but it's not made from white flour. It's actually made from bean thread noodles made from green beans and peas. Like, green beans and peas have protein in them. Does this say, yeah, oh, it has a little bit of protein. I guess because it's like so thin and it looks clear when you cook it. Another snack, we're talking about food right now. We'll get to the hormone stuff in a bit. Light from Wasa. It's like light rye, and they have like sourdough, and they have like more like dark rye or something, crackers. And I will eat these with hummus, which another thing the doctor suggested. Oh, I know this video is like everywhere, but I'm just trying to say everything. He suggested for a snack to have hummus with celery. So that's going to help, because hummus is actually good for your estrogen production. If there's a few foods that you can eat that is good to build up your own natural hormones, and hummus is one of them. along with like soy and peas and beans. Those all build up the estrogen naturally in your body. So whatever your diet you're doing on, you're having your bioavailable hormones, but you also want to be eating in accordance to your hormones to build them up naturally too. There's a few things you can have for progesterone and for testosterone. With the hummus, I will also put some tomatoes on there with some natural Celtic sea salt, and I find that's really good. Or I'll put some onions on it as well, because I actually really like raw onions. And it's really good to clear the liver, onions, and just to help you if you're constipated as well. Or if I want to make it sweet as a snack, I will add some peanut butter. And peanut butter is actually really healthy for, I think peanut butter is really good for either progesterone or estrogen. I'll just link it. Stir fries and anything really except smoothies. I will add nutritional yeast. This is also what he suggested, but I actually have this, so I add the yeast flakes, and it's really good. You can't really taste it too much. Like everyone says, it kind of tastes cheesy. Well, I guess it does kind of taste cheesy, but I don't mind it. It actually makes the flavoring of the soup, and with the salt, that's all I put. This and salt to flavor anything. And I always use Celtic sea salt because that's natural. That's not going to spike anything. That's not going to throw you off. It doesn't add water weight to me. I feel like water weight is added because of the estrogen and the progesterone, all the hormones being low, especially your thyroid. A lot of water weight is kept into your body if your thyroid is low. And with the food portion of what he told me and what I did also for myself.